That's interesting. And I'm interested in that kind of clinical trial matching, especially when it comes to like patient stratification, things like that. What are your thoughts on that? And do you foresee this always going through the doctor? Because sometimes, when I think about clinical trials and just how much is going on, everyone's doctor doesn't necessarily have time or know all the trials that are going on. Do you see this having any sort of patient facing perspective for them to kind of more easily match themselves with clinical trials or?
Okay, that is an excellent question. I divide this because you mentioned also stratification. So one thing is stratification, another thing is clinical trial matching. I want to clarify because one of these Nature Medicine papers published 1 year ago in Flatiron database, they stratify exactly the patient based on the prognosis. What they have built with 150,000 patients is initially a model with machine learning. It stratified the patients in which of the type of prognosis they have, and they tell to the pharma what type of clinical trial design based on the prognosis, okay, if this patient fit for this drug or the other drug, okay. This is one thing which is very up to companies, to physicians, because these are available tools. For a clinical trial matching, yes, absolutely, I see a self-reporting, a self, let's say, searching. So let me say that ESMO just 3 days ago has published the L-CAP initiatives, which I'm part of that, and we published how to use large language models in patient perspective, AI perspective, and also doctor perspectives. And so we give some, let's say, guidance, not guidelines, but guidance on that. And these clinical trial matches are made by large language models. So, and yes, the patient can pre-screen himself and ask to the doctors. Absolutely, yes, because these trials, maybe the patient can say also, they come sometimes and say, look, I see to the clinicaltrial.gov that this trial, it's open, for example, in Chicago or it's open in Barcelona. Can you just make it? And I can see the same way in these type of interactions.